Hey, and welcome to this Hoop Plus Fit video. I'm Scarlett, and in this video we're going to be working on our arms. We'll be using 2 hoops, but you can equally use 1, and we're also building up the strength and the momentum for doing a nice side weave. If this is something new to you, then this is a great routine to build that up, and if you already got your side weave down, then this is also a great routine to practice it and build the strength in your arms. Now, if you like this video and you'd like to find more about my online courses, please click on the link below. But otherwise, let's get our hoops and let's get started. Hi everyone, and thanks for joining me today. We're going to start with our neck, so if we take our head to the side and then roll it around in a semicircle to the other side, and then back again, and then to the other side, back again, and then let's take it to the center and up. So we want to push down with our left hand, the right hand comes over the head, and you pull ever so slightly as you breathe here. Then you want to look down to the floor, and again, breathe in this position. Then look up to the sky and again breathe in this position. Take your head back to the first position and then up. So now push down with your right hand as your left hand comes over your head. Breathe here, then look down to the floor. Breathe in and out and then up to the sky. Take your head back to the neutral and then up. So today we're working lots with our shoulders, so we're going to do lots of shoulder warm-ups. Now we're going to go backwards, so pulling your shoulders up to your ears and back, and we do about 8 of these, and then reverse it. So now we're bringing our shoulders up and forwards, and really working into that shoulder joint there with your elbows bent. Now we're going full arm extension, so you want to lead with your baby finger. We're taking our arms back, really big circles. Breathe into your shoulders as you do this and then reverse your direction. So again, big circles. Okay, and so next take your arms up and one arm goes forwards and the other arm goes backwards. You can choose which one goes forwards and backwards because as usual we're going to reverse it in a minute. Okay, here we go, reverse your circle. So big movements with your arms here, really stretching it out and working into those shoulder joints. Okay, now we want to take our right arm across our body. The arm is flat and the shoulder is down. We pull with our left arm and really breathe into the back of your shoulder joint here. Then you want to take your left arm to your right elbow and then pull your arm behind your head and again really breathe in this position, stretching out your triceps. Okay, and then you can break free. And we work on the other side. So left arm comes across the body, right arm pulls back, shoulder down, and breathe into the back of your shoulder here. Big breaths. And then you take your right arm to your left elbow, pull your arm behind your head, and again breathe here. Nice long big breath in through the nose and then out through the mouth. Now break free. Take one breath here. And then we're going to take our arms up to the sky with an inhale, really stretch up. And then you're going to take your right hand to your left elbow, bump your hips to the left and look up to the sky as you bend over to the right. Remember to engage your core here so you don't end up bending forwards or backwards. Now we'll stretch up, we'll go down and up again to reset. Now we take the left hand to the right elbow and again bend over to the side, bump your hips to the right as you look up to the sky and keep your body straight as you engage your core. Breathe in and exhale as you come up and then break free. Now we're not working too much with our hips today, but we might as well warm them up. So feet hip width apart as we rotate with legs, straight legs in one direction and then reverse it. You want to breathe into your hips as you're doing this. Excellent. Now feet together, fingers interlocked and palms facing you. You want to keep your body straight as you push your arms forward and really breathe into the backs of your shoulders. Nice deep breath in here, then you break free. Interlace your fingers behind your back. You want to pull them together and then down before you pull them out. And again, breathing into the front of your chest here. Take a deep breath in, and then we're going to bend forward, keeping your fingers interlaced. You can have a slight bend in your knees here if that feels comfortable for you. Breathe in, and then slowly on the exhale, come back up. Break free, and then arms up to the sky, and then bring them back down. Okay, we're going to work a lot with our wrists, so we're going to warm up our wrists here. Do nice rotations at the wrist, and then reverse our circle. So we're working a lot with our wrists today, so please be careful to look after your body if you have any problems. So you want to take your hands up, down, side, side, shake it out. Okay, now we take our elbows together, interlace our fingers, and rotate our hands in one direction. Now you want to take your hands apart, put the opposite thumb on top, and then rotate your hands in the opposite direction it was in. Okay, nice. Shake it all out, and we're done for the stretching. So today we're using 2 light hand hoops. These guys are 85 centimeters or 33 inches. And yeah, they're pretty light, so we don't get any nasty bruises on our hands. They're 16 mil thick in diameter, or that's 5/8 of an inch. So if you haven't got 2 hoops, you can actually use 1 hoop, and you can use it in one hand and then swap over onto the other hand for these exercises. We're also going to be doing some weaves. So remember, if you just have 1 hula hoop, you can do it with one hand and then swap over to the other hand halfway through. And I'll give you some cues when you need to do that. So we're going to be working a lot with our wrist today. So if you have any wrist injuries, please be careful to not do anything that's going to hurt you. So you can have your arms out like this, holding both hula hoops or 1 hula hoop. And then you want to turn it down with your wrist facing down. Try and keep the hula hoop as flat as possible and a strong grip. Bring it back up, and then now wrist facing up. This is hard. If you're trying to keep the hula hoops as flat as possible, it can be a real struggle. So experiment with these. If the hula hoop starts flopping, don't worry. The more you do this, the easier it gets. So together now, bring the hula hoops up and turn them wrist facing down. Try and keep them as flat as possible. Then relief, and then now wrist facing up. And try and again keep them as flat as possible. Now bring the hula hoops out to the side, and we'll do it again, wrist facing down, flat hoops, relief, and then wrist facing up. Okay, bring them back to neutral and then down in front of you. So with both wrists facing forward, you can bring one arm on top, one arm underneath. Again, try and keep the hula hoop as flat as possible. And this is a really nice move when you're flowing and you want to take a little break, or maybe the music is slowing down. You can use this. So big breath in as we bring our arms up over our head. We want really strong arms as we pull the hula hoops above our head and then bring them down at the same time. You can experiment with putting one arm in front of the other, and then the next time putting the other arm in front. Now remember, with all of these, if you have your thumb planted onto the hula hoop here, it will help for you to have a lot more control and stabilize the hoop. See, when my thumb is not there, it's a lot more wobbly as it moves up and down. So thumbs on hoops, strong arms, and you can see the difference here between my left with the thumb up and my right without. So the next move, we're going to have our hand out to the side, and then we bring the hoop down and into ourselves so we can rotate over the hand, and we alternate this, and then we can try adding a couple of spins. See how that feels. You want to keep really strong arms when you're doing this, and the arm that's not moving the hoop also has to stay strong and still. So we can practice this move together, alternating hands as the hoop rotates over the hand and then bring it back out. Excellent. So bring the hoops towards you again. Your wrists are now facing yourself, not outwards. And you can start with your thumb here, and you bring it over to the side and then back behind you. So this is like a side weave. So we can try it with one hand first. You can see it's going in front and behind me. And the hoop is super loose in my hands. So no firm grips here, because you won't be able to make it, basically. You want to have it loose. I have it in 3 fingers. And you want to bring it across the body, up and then behind you in this loop. So remember, if you only have one hoop, you can just alternate hands. And if you haven't got this double hoop move down yet, remember you can always just practice with one hand and then the other. When you can do both of them without really thinking about it, then you can start with two. But if you're still working on this, do one rotation with one hand, then place that hula hoop closer to your body than the other hula hoop, and then alternate with these rotations. So just one over, up and behind, and then the next one. And we're going to be doing this in the routine, so at the points where we both use two, if that's not available to you, then just practice this move. But otherwise, if it is, then you can go straight for it and use two. And this is a really great way to really work those arms. You want to keep them strong, loose hands, and really have the movement and the strength coming from your arms. So moving on to that, we're going to start the hula hoops in both hands going backwards. You can then stop it and then start it again, going forwards. So I'll show you from the front here. You can have your hands to the side here, but for more of a workout, you can straighten your arms and you can really feel that working your arms out. So yeah, try both sides, forwards and back. We can also alternate, so we can start it going backwards. And remember, if you're having trouble getting the hoops to rotate at the same time, you can bounce with your knees like I'm doing here and keep your arms straight out to the side. And the bouncing of the knees will get both hoops moving in the same direction. So to get those hoops alternating, you first want to get them spinning nice and comfortably. Then with strong arms, you can kind of shimmy your chest, and from this you can see more clearly from the side that they will start to move in an alternating rotation from each other. And remember, really strong arms throughout. That will keep the hoops stable. So moving on, let's start the hoops going back in our hands. We want to break it by stopping them and then send them forwards. And in order to make this break, you can wait until the hula hoop is behind you, and then you can grab onto it and then rotate the hula hoop forward, open your hand, and that's how you can get it going forwards. You can also practice this individually in each hand. So with the hoops forward, I'm placing one foot in front of the other and then going into this 2-beat weave. And you can practice here in the middle, or you can angle the hoops down and then up. And this will also give you a bit more of a workout in your core. Excellent. So now we have the moves. Let's get to the routine. So starting with your feet together and your hoops at either side, you want to have your thumbs on top of the hoop for a strong grip. Bring them up and then get ready to pull them out to the side. Let's go. Here you want to breathe into your chest and then bring them back to the front again. From here we're going to turn the hoops so our wrists are facing down. Strong grip here, try and keep the hula hoops as flat as possible, and then back up to vertical. And bring them out to the side. We're going to do the same thing here, so wrist facing down, back up again, and then to the front. So from here we take the wrist facing down again, strong arms here, and then back up to vertical and take them out to the side. And so let it swing over your right hand once, and then now the left. Do one swing each, alternating hands. Now we're going to go for more swings. We're going 4 on this side, and then 4 over the hand in this side. Now bring the hoops down to your sides and we're going to swing backwards. Remember, you can have bent elbows here, or for more of a workout, straight arms. Reverse the direction, get comfortable. So going backwards and then stopping in the hoop and sending it forwards. Stop the hoop and bring them out to the side. We go back to these hand spins. Remember, keep the arm that's not working super strong as well as the arm that is working. So we are alternating our hands and rotating the hoop around our hands to the beat. Now bring your arms out to the side. One more on each side. Go on. There you go. Okay, back to the side, and we're going to spin backwards again. So yeah, arms out in full extension for a bigger workout. get the hoops comfortable. Remember, you can bounce on your knees to get them going in the same direction and the same speed. Get them nice and comfortable through these breaks. And when you're ready, you can do a little shimmy with your chest and get those hoops spinning in alternate beats. Okay, stop it and start it again. So we're just practicing this, but remember, really strong arms throughout. So next move, we're going to go into our 2-beat weave. So make sure that your hoops are spinning forwards. And get ready. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So you can have one foot in front of the other and take your arms to the middle, then up to the top, and then down to the bottom. Remember, while you're doing this and bending over, you really want to engage your core, use your abs to support your back, and remember to breathe. Now bring both hoops out to the side and we go for those hand spins again. Spin the hoop once over each hand, and then now we go for more rotations. We're going to build it up. So now it's 2. Now we're going to go for 3. And finally 4. After we've completed this cycle, we'll take it back to 1 hand spin. And once again. And next we're going to go for 3 hand spins. And then out to the side, other arm. Let's do that again. And finally 1 hand spin. Excellent. Now we take the hoops in front of us so our wrist is facing towards us, and we're going to do this training for the side weave. So one hand does its action, looping over and around, and then you put it closer to your body than the other hula hoop, which is waiting. If you can already, you can start with your side weave, but otherwise we're going to practice in these isolated rotations and really get these movements comfortable before we can get into the flow of the side weave. So get ready, full side weave now. You can flow with the music. This is the last part of the workout, so really put your energy in, and we're done.